What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about Fortnite's Attack on Titan update. Today we got new Attack on Titan skins, the ODM gear, and Thunder Spears in-game. And even if you don't care about Attack on Titan, there were a few changes that you're going to want to know about from today's update. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what your favorite part of today's update is. So for starters, we got the Attack on Titan skins in-game. We have Eren Jeager, who is a part of the Battle Pass, and he is now unlockable by doing challenges along with his other cosmetics like a loading screen, a back bling, and a pickaxe, I believe. But also Captain Levi and Mikasa skins are in the item shop right now. If you guys would like to use these, and support me, use creator code EvolveJake when getting them. I would very much appreciate it. And we also got the ODM gear and Thunder Spears in this update. Both of these items can be found from floor loot, chest, and scout regiment footlockers. These are going to be special containers only containing the Attack on Titan gear and maybe some heals as well, similar to how like the Spidey backpacks were for the Spider-Man web slingers. The ODM gear is a grapple hook that will also allow you to strike opponents while grappling, similar to the katana dash, I would imagine, but instead of getting like stuck in that animation afterwards, once you strike a target, you will get knocked back, and this will allow you to either grapple away or just like re-strike them again. I think this will probably be a very good mobility item. With the Thunder Spear, this is something that you can throw, and it will basically deal explosive damage to players through walls. Like, it digs in through the wall, part of it blows up on the outside, part of it blows up on the inside, and this sounds like it'll be pretty annoying in build mode, but I would imagine it takes a decent amount of time to go off, so most players will just be able to either like place a ramp or a cone between them and the explosive charge, or just edit out and make a new box. Like, Fortnite players are very good at editing out and making new boxes, so that sounds annoying, but I don't think it'll actually be that practical. There was also an Attack on Titan themed basement added to Anvil Square, which is really nice. I've never really seen the show, but I like when there's little map changes or like subtle map changes to POIs in reference to whatever the collab was. Like, thinking back to the John Wick house they added on the outskirts of Paradise Palms, I thought that was pretty cool. With this update, dirt bikes were unvaulted. Porta bunkers were unvaulted in 0 build only. I really like this idea. I've thought that both build mode and 0 build need separate loot pools since 0 build was added. Like, not that they need to be completely different, but there's certain items that fit one mode or the other much better. And I feel like porta bunkers or porta forts are one of those things, because in build mode, it's basically just a wasted loot spot. Like, nobody really uses them, and most players are significantly better at building than what you can get out of the porta bunker or the porta fort. But they fit really good in 0 build, especially 0 build comp, because you need that cover when there's a really like lively lobby. So I'm happy that these are back in 0 build only. I think this will be really good for 0 build competitive. There's also a new blue rarity kinetic blade that can be found, and it'll have the same melee damage as the purple one, but only 2 dash uses. I'm not really sure how to feel about this. I believe the purple one still exists. Like, it's not like that got vaulted, but they just added this blue one so that you can find this instead of the purple one sometimes, and then you still have to like hopefully go and find the purple one at some point, or maybe the ODM gear as well. And you can also get this from the kinetic blade sword rack. So you could land on a sword rack and you're no longer guaranteed the purple kinetic blade. You might get the worst quality version of it and then still have to hopefully find a purple one. I think this will be fine, but I don't think the dashes of the kinetic blade are that big of a deal, in the sense that I rarely use all 3 during a fight. Like, the only time I really use all 3 is when I'm just trying to get across the map quickly to hopefully find some people to fight. So we'll see how this plays out, but just on first glance, I don't really like the idea of this, but who knows, maybe the ODM gear will just be much better, and then we won't even be using the kinetic blade anyways. There's 2 huge changes that came in today's update that I think will have massive impact on the game. And that is going to be that the mythic pump shotgun's max damage is now 210 instead of 250. So it can no longer one-hit a full health opponent in 0 builds. It can still one-hit a full health opponent in builds, but you're going to need a better shot. One of the things that made it so broken in build mode is not only that it could one-hit, but that it could one-hit with a suboptimal shot, because if the max damage was 200, then you would need a perfect shot to one-pump somebody in builds. Now it's 210, you still don't need a perfect shot, but you need closer to perfect than what you needed when it was 250, so I think this is a good change. And then in 0 build, I didn't really find myself getting one-pumped that frequently. I've seen a lot of players complaining about it, Personally, I don't see that much of a difference between 210 and 250 for zero build. Like, if somebody 210s you, you're probably losing that fight. Maybe not, but like, yeah, I feel like if I 210 somebody, they're just gonna lose. I'm gonna swap to my SMG or pulse rifle, and they're gonna be dead in 2 or 3 bullets afterwards, and that's a very short time span with how ridiculous the fire rate is of those weapons. But I'm sure lots of people will be happy to see the damage nerf on the mythic pump. And like I said, it wasn't all about like getting the 250, but it was like just how high of damage some of the not perfect shots can be. And with this damage reduction, those not perfect shots aren't going to hit as hard as they did before, which will be good. The mythic pulse rifle also got a nerf in this update. It got reduced hipfire accuracy and reduced hipfire fire rate. So the thing about the pulse rifle that was insane was when you hipfired it, it has a ridiculous fire rate. I'm not sure how much slower it is. I'll probably make a video later this week talking about the spray weapons now that the pulse rifle has been nerfed. But in theory, it's not going to hit as many shots, or you're more likely to miss shots because the accuracy isn't going to be as good, and the shots aren't going to be coming out as fast. So this could be a pretty significant nerf to the pulse rifle. It really depends how far they went with these, because they don't give us hard numbers in the patch notes. They just say reduced accuracy and reduced hipfire fire rate, but we'll see how it plays out. I still expect the pulse rifle to be good. I don't think they'll just like straight up kill it, but hopefully it'll be less annoying than it was before. Personally, I haven't been the biggest fan of the pacing of this season, with everything kind of relying on the mythics. It gets repetitive to me faster than some previous seasons did. I wouldn't be opposed if they just removed the mythic pump and the pulse rifle, and then the game played like a little more standard. I still like the havoc pump, like a gold or purple one still hits very hard and it's very enjoyable to use, but just having to like go to the vault to get the mythic, I feel like kind of locks you into a certain playstyle. And then the same is true of the island. Another thing they changed with these mythics is that in trios and squads, you won't get as many mythic pumps from opening vaults or mythic pulse rifles from capturing the island. So instead of getting 4, I assume you'll get 2 or 3, maybe 3 in squads, 2 in trios. I'm not really sure how that'll work out. And then one final thing is that there was cracks that have started appearing around the 0 point resting place, which is really cool. This is probably going to build up for whatever is going to go on towards the end of the season, or if we do get an event. And then there are also grind rails that were added to Slappy Shores with today's update. So there's more grind rails on the map. If you like using the grind warrior augment, that's nice. But I don't think this will really be that big of a deal for how like Slappy Shores plays out. I could be wrong, but yeah, that is going to be it for today's update. So we got the Attack on Titan stuff, the skins, we got the Attack on Titan items in game, we got a new katana that's lower rarity, we got porta bunkers back in 0 build, and then we got some nerfs to the mythic pump shotgun and mythic pulse rifle. Let me know what you guys think of this update down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Experience in how the game is typically for most people. I don't even know what to do with myself here, man. Finally! I think there's somebody in that bush, but I could be wrong. That guy I just killed in the water there was the one earlier who kept running from me. There's one on the bridge, one on island. Go to island, please. Rip. I was hoping if I shot him, he would just key the guy that he shot, and then I could key that and third party it. Whereas now we might be f***ed here because this guy's better cover than me. Nice, GG's.